So what is next? Well, today I got a new deck profile for you guys using an old school Champa leader with the new card that came out with the anniversary special box that we just got here, the Almighty Technique Vitals that lets us awaken even when we have 5 or more life, so we can actually awaken at 8 life, which is really good in this deck because it gives us extra cards in our hand and allows us to put pressure on our opponent, which this deck is really aggressive. I've tried a couple of styles with this deck, and I kind of like the more control build more than going all out, just because there's a lot of negates out there, and like going against Janemba is pretty hard, just because the Janemba is basically the combo king, so they'll take all your double strikes you're giving them, and they strategically play around it. So I kind of like to lock down my opponent real quick and side tank against Janemba turn or game 2 and things like that. But build like a good field. Obviously don't go past 4. Just because, or don't go past 3 and get 4, because that's when they can combo you. Just kind of play around everything and just set up your board and just kind of attack them all at once with all double strikes. That's why we use the TNs for our side decks, but going against any other deck, this deck does pretty well. Like I said, it applies a lot of pressure. So if you're playing like that new Dende Blue deck, or even any Shinron deck, really, you can apply a ton of pressure early game. There's that new card that we are actually playing, that a Supreme Kai of Time, Time Disruptor, which slows down our plays a little bit, just because it doesn't allow our 1 and 2 cost cards to be able to attack into our next turn, and it gives them another card in their hand and a 5k combo card as well. So it kind of sucks, but we are making it as well because we don't want them to take us down as well, because we're going to be using a lot of attacks from our, a lot of autos that activate from our life as well. So get right into it. If you guys didn't know what the card does, the Champa card has an auto once per turn when one of your battle cards attacks, and it has 15k or more power, you get to draw 1 card. So this includes our Anticipated Power Trunks and Saiyan Kaba, because when they attack, they do gain 10,000 attack power when they use their auto. So that happens in the same kind of pinning phase. So you do get the draw from them guys, which is really good. So we can still draw and then awaken and then attack with our leader to draw again. So we can get a total of like 5 cards basically. So we'll add 1 card from our hand from like the auto, and then we'll add 1 card from the hand from the Champa auto, and then we'll so 1 card from our life from the Anticipated Power Trunks or Saiyan Kaba auto, then another card from the Champa or leader auto. Then we draw 2 more cards, and then we can attack our leader for another card. So we can get total 5 cards right there. So on his awakened side, he does draw 2, obviously. That's what we're saying. You can draw get 5 cards. He's God of Destruction Champa. When his card attacks, draw 1 card. And then he has an activate main, which is so good because it's not once per turn. You choose 1 card in your hand, place it in a drop area, and choose this card or any of your battle cards. Yeah, any of your battle cards. So it's not color specific. You can put it on an overwhelm card. It's really good. And it gains double strike for the duration of the turn. So if you have something that can attack triple, dual attack or anything like that, it can attack double strike. So I was thinking about putting the I have double strike on it. I was thinking about putting like the new food card that came out, but it needs 4 energy with the overwhelm 8. So I kind of wanted to focus more on body shots more than anything. Like Nimbus does affect this deck a little bit, but that card is really good for like a finisher as well because it has triple attack. You give that double strike, and then you can attack 25k double strike for 3 times, and that's really good. That is really good. So, anyways, get into the deck right here. We got 4 Anticipated Power Trunks, which is really good because it lets us awaken as well if you can't get that Vitals. It gets 10k plus crit, so double strike on that card. It gives a 25 or 15k double strike crit. That's really good. Then we have 4 Saiyan Kabas, just because it works really well because they're both universe. This is not Universe 6 yet, but they're both like part of the Alien kind of theme set, which is really cool. But like we don't really play that side of it, but it's kind of good to kind of put them both together. But this already has generic double strike on it when it attacks. Instead of getting crit, it gets that double strike, so we don't need to give this card double strike. So this is kind of if we want to keep our cards in hand. Then we have Almighty Technique Vitals. This is why this deck is so aggressive now, because when you play this card, you can place 1 card from your hand to the drop area, and you can awaken even if you have 5 or more life. So the only drawback, it is 2 costs, and it's 2 reds. So it kind of makes it a little bit harder. Just because if it was just 2 costs with 1 red, then we can like play our Sensu Bean plays and things like that. But we have to charge 2 reds to try to get this as early as possible. So anyways, Then we're running 2 Vegeta Agent of Destruction. I might up this to 3 just because it's really good for that finisher, because when you play this card, you can KO a 25k or less battle card on your opponent's side of the field or area. And then it has an activate main once per turn. Choose 1 blue, 1 any color. If your leader card is red, which ours is, this card gains double strike and dual attack. So you can have 10,000 attack power. So that's 30k double strike, dual attack. So we just want to apply a lot of double strikes on it going in forward. And then we have, since we're running 10-5 power trunks, we have chain attack trunks, which is always really good because it can evolve over 2. Allows us to get into our Xeno plays and our extra plays, depending on what we're trying to do. Obviously, when you play this card, you choose 1 battle card, 15k or less power, and then play it. And then we have foreseeing hit, because running a red deck without hit is just not a thing. It's really good because when you play this card, you can look at your entire opponent's hand and you remove or send 2 cards from the warp or from their hand to the warp, 35k or less, and they don't get it back until the end of their next turn. So they miss 2 turns with those cards, so that's really good. So, okay. Then we have 4 Unbreakable Son Goku, Super Saiyan Son Goku, just for more combo power, just because we want to apply a lot of pressure on our opponent and strategically get out of situations, say if like hand control, things like that. Obviously we're playing Zeno, the playing God, because there's decks like the Kid Goku deck or even the Shinron decks that just overwhelm you with cards, and if they have combo power, you're minusing yourself 1 to give yourself double strike, and they're just gonna keep comboing out of it. And you kind of want to put them on an equal playing field, so if they are comboing out, they're really minusing themselves a lot. So we have Zeno, which basically when you play this card, you shuffle cards back from you negate all effects, so that's really good. And then you shuffle all cards on the battle area in your hand back into your deck, and then you draw, each of you guys draw 5 cards. So it resets the game to where you like it. And the reason why I like this combo is because, like, if you played it, the Zeno, and you have an attack with Julia, or even if you attack with Julia, doesn't really matter, you can pitch another card to give it double strike or try to go for game. I personally, if I have chain attack trunks in my hand, and then I can go into Zeno play, I'll try to pitch out as much double strike as possibly can, just so I can reset the field or battle area in the game or in my hand, and I can really pick off my opponent with double strike on my leader or Zeno, or overwhelm for 0 cost, or if I have open energy, overwhelm for like a scientist food, dimensional banisher food, things like that. So then we have the new card from the anniversary, a Supreme Kai of Time, Time Disruptor. This one's really good because it's a counterplay. So as soon as they play a card, then you play this one. You activate its counterplay, and then you play this card, and then its auto is draw 1 card. But its counterplay is also when you do activate this card with using its counterplay, your opponent can't attack with 2 costs or less until their next turn. So it shut down their aggressive plays and things like that. So like if they're playing like the Son Goku or the Kid Goku decks, and they're playing the Krillins, the 2-drop Krillins or something like that, they'll let you get 2 costs or less, or they're playing Dimension Trunks or whatever, Dimensional Trunks, then to get out 2 costs from their deck or anything like that, you can kind of shut it down. So, and it's like kind of like a surprise, unexpected play. They're playing 2 time control Cronoas because the yellow Brawly GT kind of really creeps up on us, and like the Victory Strike decks really creep up on us as well. We don't really want to fall victim to that too fast or too soon when they're trying to lower their life and things like that, which stops Shigesh. You're playing 2 Crisis Crusher Son Goku just to get past like the, like things like Borgos or things like the Son Goku, Kid Goku decks, and we don't really want them to be able to stop any of our plays using those like cheeky combos and things like that. So this stops 1 cost cards from attacking from both sides of the field, battle area, and then also allows us to pop 1 cost per turn. So also dropping their combos as well, so we can pop like the Sakai Beam and things like that. They're running 2 Supreme Kai of Light. This one's really good because since we're running a red leader, when you play this card for 0 overwhelm, just having 3 cards on our drop, we get to draw 1 card, and then we get 5k attack bump too. And we can also get this card double strike, so that's really good. We're running 1 Dimensional Banisher Fu. It's a 5 cost overwhelm for 1 energy. So then it gets to banish a card from your opponent's side of the field, battle area, and then we get to attack them for double strike, so that's really good. Then we have Scientist Food that lets us replenish our hand by adding 2 cards in our hand, but it's a 7 cost 1 energy, 25k attack power, and double strike, so it's really good. And we're using the Elegant Assistant Huey's super combo just because it's a really good super combo. The only bad side is that you have to have a minimum of 2 cards in your hand to play this card, because you have to use this card, play this card, and then pitch 1 card. Not like the Paragus, Defendant Father Paragus, which I really like. You get to draw 2 cards, then warp. That is so good. This one you have to pitch. It's kind of like the Hirudegan super combo. So, but at least you can place any card. It doesn't have to be a battle card, so that's really good. Then for our counters, we're running 2 After Image Technique. Oh yeah, just to let you know, this is a 4 or less super combo, but which kind of hurts us a little bit. Sparking would have been a little bit better, but as you can see how much overwhelm we have 5 overwhelm cards, or 4 overwhelm cards. So sometimes we don't have that many. We don't have that many in the Sparking. But then we have 4 super combo or 4 counters. We have 2 After Image Technique just because of Sparking, like I was just saying, and because it nags our opponent, so we can put our opponent in a crucial position if they're trying to save their plays or things like that. If they have that Son Goku or the Android 8 or anything like that, we can kind of neg them. And then we have Is That All You Got as well, which is the same thing. Pitch 1 red card. Excuse me, negate the attack and then pitch 1 red card to -2 15k, -15k from 2 battle cards. So that's really good. Then of course we're running 4 Senzu Beans for our plays, our extension plays. We're only running 8 blue cards, so that's why we're only playing 2 Vegeta Agent of Destruction, just so we might not get this play. Charging these guys, it's pretty much late game, maybe turn 3 or 4 at the earliest, just because we kind of want to make sure we get our red plays and make sure we get our Bottles Awakening as well. I play this deck a lot, tested against quite a few decks. Brawly deck is probably the most challenging, to be honest, just because they keep popping off your cards. The green Brawly, but I mean, because a lot of other metas, you put so much pressure onto your opponent that it's kind of really hard for them to kind of get out and wiggle out and do all their plays next turn. Anyways, if you guys liked the video, go ahead and like the video. Comment down below if you guys have any suggestions. Like I said, I have multiple variant builds of this deck. Like basically change it up depending on like your playing style or the tournament you're going to and things like that. If you guys are new, go ahead and subscribe to the channel as well. Other than that, I appreciate you guys for watching and I hope to see you guys next time.